The secret to investing is not what you think. Now, I know that sounds big, but it's not. Most people think it's about finding the next hot tip, the next hot crypto, the next Bitcoin, the next cannabis, the next 5G, whatever it is. But it's not that at all. And in this video, I'm going to break it down, explain to you exactly what it is, and I'm going to give you 3 practical tips that you can take right from this video and apply right away to have bigger success with your own investing. So stay tuned. All right, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Mark Moss. I like to talk about making money, making our money, make money, investing, and of course, having overall success. Now, if you like these topics, like I'm sure you do, go ahead and click like and subscribe so you make sure that you're notified every time I put out a new video about making money, having your money, make money, and having success. Now, today I am going to talk about the secret to investing. And like I said, it's not what you think. Most people think it's about finding that next hot thing, getting in on Uber before it goes public or Bitcoin in 2010. But like I said, it's not. It's the same secret to success that's pretty much in any sport, in any discipline. And it's about your mindset. Now, hang on. I can already hear the grumblings and I can hear the eye rollings in the back. But seriously, all right, it's not all news stuff. It's real. It's all performance starts with the mind. Okay. And today I'm going to give you 3 tips that you can use. But before I get into the 3 tips, I want to tell you that I have a special gift, something to announce. Now, I create courses on investing. I have lots of different strategies, newsletters, and I don't typically tell you about those because they're kind of like in my email list. However, I'm creating a new course. It's called High Performance Investor, and I'm going to give it to you for free because you're a subscriber to the channel. Now, I am going to create this course. It's going to be 6 video modules, and I'm going to create different modules covering the high performance investor mindset, high performance investor actions, high performance investor tactical decisions, high performance investor strategies, and then 2 modules that everybody's been asking about. And one is going to be how to create automatic systems to build massive wealth. So these are going to be, I'm going to show you step by step. I'm going to be in front of the whiteboard, breaking this down, show you how to create these automatic systems. And then another one, this is the most highly requested one, is how to invest $1 multiple times. Yeah, that's what the rich do. They invest $1 multiple times. Now, I'm going to be creating this course live. So I'm inviting you to come watch it live and ask your questions. I'm going to be teaching, training. I'm going to come up. I'm going to answer your questions. I'm going to go back, teach and train, come up and ask your questions. And all you have to do is go to the link down in the description or in the comments, put in your email address. So when it's ready, it's going to be about 2 weeks. I'm going to send you an email and say, here's the link, come watch it live. And that's it. It's free. That's the only catch. You have to come watch it live, ask all your questions. Now, I am going to sell the course later for like $500, but I'm not asking you to pay $500. You can just come watch it for free. Just go click on the link down below. All right, now getting back into the topic of today, investing. It's the most important thing. You have to get your money to work harder than you do. We have, I've talked about it at length. We have massive inflation. Money's printing. It's stealing purchasing power, stealing wealth out of your pocket. And so we need to be creating, our wealth needs to be growing faster than inflation is stealing it from us. Now, most people, like you're watching people on YouTube, you're probably on Twitter, Facebook, et cetera, social media, looking for that next hot tip. And I talk a lot about cryptocurrencies and different strategies to make money. And most people think that if I could just find that next hot stock, if I could get on that IPO, if I could get the next Bitcoin, that next new cryptocurrency, I could get in on cannabis. Maybe I should get into real estate. And so we're all looking for that little edge, that little niche, a corner that you could carve out, something you could dominate. And I can tell you, after coaching people in cryptocurrency, I was writing one of the top cryptocurrency newsletters for the last 4 or 5 years. I'm not writing it any longer, but I put out, thousands of subscribers. We put out over 20 different calls that went up over 1,000%, calls that went up 25,000%, one call that went up 100,000%. And I found out that picking winners isn't enough because most people weren't getting rich. It wasn't enough to give them the winners because there was so much else they were lacking, which is part of the reason why I'm creating that high performance investor masterclass. So please come for free. Now, until you can manage your mind, you're never going to have success. Now, our favorite investor, Warren Buffett, actually says that until you can manage your mind, do not expect to manage your money. Wow. Thanks, Uncle Warren. That's super powerful. Now, you've probably heard the saying many, many times that the rich are always getting richer, the poor are getting poorer. And why is that? Now, some people think it's because of the government or it's because whatever, right? But I think it's because the way that they think is different. The rich think differently than the poor do. Some of it's through their parents and their education and their environment they're brought up on, but we can all change our mindset, and we have to, because it's everything. So while most people are just searching for that next hot tip, right? They're thinking that next win is going to make all the difference. It just furthers the point that I'm stating, right? And it was the great bear of Wall Street, Jesse Livermore, said more than a century ago. He said, quote, "The financial markets will remain the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Simply the four basic human characteristics of fear, greed, hope, and ignorance." Wow, how profound, how relevant that is still today, 100 years later. Now, when it comes to money and investments, we need to be able to take out all the emotion when we make decisions, which is easier said than done. But like I said, whether you're listening to financial traders, trainers, other successful entrepreneurs, they're all saying the same thing. They say that the mindset contributes 60 up to 90% of your success. I know that's a big variance there, but it depends on kind of who you talk to. But the majority of your success comes from mindset. The rest, where does it come from? Mechanics and knowledge. Now, mechanics and knowledge are easy. That's something that you can learn. That's something that you can replicate, duplicate. It's the mindset that's the majority of your success, and that's the part that only you can master. The mind is like a supercomputer. As a matter of fact, the human mind is the most powerful supercomputer on earth. And if you program it correctly, it's going to help you tremendously. But it's also the opposite is true, that if you don't program it correctly, if you don't learn how to control it correctly, then it's going to hold you back. All right, it's going to keep you from having success. Now, there's plenty of stories of people winning the lottery and going broke right away. As a matter of fact, most people that win the lottery end up going broke because they don't have the mindset to go along with it. So I think it was Adrian Peterson just recently. He's a football player from the Vikings, and he made $100 million. And now he's broke. As a matter of fact, he's millions of dollars in debt. And so you can win $1 million, but if you don't have the mindset of a millionaire, you're going to lose it. So what's the mindset and how do we program it, right? That's what we want to know. So I'm going to give you 3 tips right now. And again, I'm going to do a whole training on this. So make sure you click on the link below, show up for that free high performance investor training where we're going to cover mindset and all those other things. Now, number 1, invest according to your knowledge. Now, sounds kind of simple, but it's so powerful. So think about this. Now, my level of knowledge is different today than it was a year ago. And so my investing has changed today than it was a year ago. Your level of investing knowledge is different than mine. And so you might want to invest a little bit differently as well. So we want to, first of all, invest into assets that we understand. All right. So in order to invest properly, we're trying to buy low and sell high. So I need to be able to understand what that asset is and how will I value it today, but also how is it going to be valued in the future? What market is it going into? What market will it disrupt? How will it increase in value? How will it return capital? How will it return my investment back? If I can't understand that, I shouldn't be investing into it. I want to understand the market that I'm investing into. So am I investing into the pharmaceutical industry, the medical industry, the technology industry? Do I understand the way those markets work, the valuations of those markets? Like tech stocks have different valuations than other traditional stocks, right? Manufacturing stocks. And so I need to understand those different markets. And if I don't do that, I shouldn't be invested into them. I want to understand using different strategies. So there's different strategies to invest. So for example, one strategy would be options trading. And options trading is an amazing strategy. It's useful for many things like hedging and your portfolio and things like that. It's a really good way to create income off of stocks. Lots of really, really good things to use with options. However, if you don't know how to use them correctly, they can be super dangerous and you could probably lose a lot of money. So only invest according to your knowledge. Now, also, it's not that just because you don't know, don't ever invest like that. Increase your knowledge. Right? You're not static. You don't have to stay in the same place all the time. You should always be learning. So learn about a new strategy like options trading or pharmaceutical markets. Start to learn. Start to invest. Invest on paper, small amounts. And as you get to know, be more and more knowledge on the assets, the markets, the strategies, you go bigger, bigger, bigger. All right? It's no different than anything else in life. I mean, if you wanted to learn how to surf, you're not going to paddle out to Pipeline in Hawaii on your very first time in the water. You're going to start with little tiny waves on giant boards. And then over time, as you get better and better and better, you get smaller boards and you go to more dangerous waves. Investing's the same way. As you get better and better and better, you start taking on more complex strategies, but they're not that dangerous because you know what you're doing. All right. Now, number 2, you want to insist on a margin of safety. You got to have safety. Now, Benjamin Graham, he's the father of modern security analysis. He's Warren Buffett's mentor. He wrote the book, The Intelligent Investor, and he taught us that building a margin of safety into your investments is the single most important thing you can do to protect your portfolio. We always got to protect our portfolio. We don't want to lose our money. It's way too hard to get it back. So there's 2 ways that we can do that. So the first is we want to be conservative in our valuation assumptions. So when I'm buying an asset, where do I think the valuation really is? And am I trying to push that valuation? Like Tesla, for example, is Tesla overvalued today or undervalued? Well, when we look at the price, it's definitely at the high end. So it's definitely on the high end. Am I being conservative by buying today? I don't know. Also, where do I think Tesla can go? Do I think Tesla's going to be worth 10 times more than any other car manufacturer in the world? That might be a little aggressive. Maybe I want to be a little bit more conservative. So we want to be on the conservative side on our assumptions. The second thing is, and this is so important, don't risk more than your determined amount. Now, this is so powerful, and this is where all those cryptocurrency investors got into risk, is they put too much money and they risked more than they could afford. And what happened is it puts them into a stressful situation. They're watching the markets all the time, price going up and down. The price drops a little bit and they're freaking out. They're not getting sleep. They're not making good decisions. And then what it makes you do is it makes you do the opposite of what you should do. So you put way too much money in, the price starts dropping, you're panicking. I can't afford to lose that money. And so what do? You sell. You sell at the bottom. That's not what you want to do. You want to sell at the top. But because you had risked too much, it forced you into a decision that you didn't want to do. And so we control that by only risking our predetermined amount and not risking more of our portfolio than we should. And that should usually be about no more than about 5%. Again, we're going to go all through that in the investing, the High Performance Investor course. So make sure you click on the link and sign up for that. All right, the third tip is we want to remove emotion. Now, this kind of carries over from what I just said before about not investing more than we have predetermined, and that's partly to take the emotion out, and we want to continue to remove the emotion. Human beings are horrible investors. I'm a horrible investor. You're a horrible investor by birth because we're emotional creatures, right? Our emotions guide us and cause our decisions, and so really as humans, we're driven by 2 primal factors, pleasure and pain. Right? So we want to run towards pleasure, move towards pleasure, and we want to move away from pain. And so what that does is it makes us horrible investors because it makes us buy high and sell low, which is the opposite. We want to buy low and sell high. So we buy high and sell low. So for example, like in 2017, when Bitcoin was going through the roof, it's 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 7,000, 10,000, 15,000. Oh my gosh, I got to buy. And I buy at 15, 16, 17,000 at the top. And then it starts dropping 15, 12, 10, 8. Oh my gosh, I got to get away. It's painful. It's painful. I don't want to lose any more. And I run away. So it caused me to buy at the top and sell at the bottom. So we want to take emotion out of it. And the way that we do that is by setting up systems. All right. Systems are something that we set up before we become emotional, and we make sure we trade according to that system. It happens automatically. And I'm going to teach you a lot more about that in the HPI course, High Performance Investor course. Now, these are not things that happen immediately. They happen over time. It's a skill that you develop over time. Just like I said, just like surfing, you start on a really big board on a little tiny wave, and eventually you can move up to those really dangerous waves. And investing is the same way. We want to develop our investor mindset over time. Building up stock market success or any success in investing, it takes time. It takes effort. It takes consistency, right? There's bumps in the road. There's setbacks. It's going to challenge you. But the reward is so worth it. When you know that your money is making money, when you know that your future is secure, when you know that regardless of what happens, you're going to be able to make money, that you're going to be able to retire one day, it's all worth it. All right. Now, hopefully you understand that success begins in your head. Okay. Like many things, like almost anything, right? Life, stock market, all that success begins in your head. So we want to manage our emotions, manage our psychology, and because it really just plays the most important role in everything that we do. All right. And successful investors have to manage their emotions. They do that through systems, automation. They have secure psychological makeup because they've been working on it for a long period of time. Hopefully that makes sense. Those are 3 tips. Now, like I said, I'm creating a brand new course, High Performance Investor. I'm going to sell it for probably about $500, but I'm inviting you to come and watch it for free. I've never done this before, so I'm kind of excited. We'll see how it goes. Because you're a subscriber to the channel, just click on the link down in the description or in the comments. Just go give me your email address. That's all you got to do. In about 2 weeks, I'm going to send you an email and say, hey, I'm going to be doing it live. You're going to come to a page. You're going to watch it live. There's going to be a chat box. You can ask questions. I'm going to teach you about the high performance investor mindset, high performance investor actions, that daily actions you're supposed to be doing, the high performance investor tactical decisions. These are the assessments, the decisions that you have to make to set up the custom tailored plan just for you, specifically for you, because your plan is different than my plan. Okay, I'm going to teach you the high performance investor strategies. These are the strategies, the markets, the ways to position your money, separate your money. And then the 2 bonus ones, these ones are going to be the money ones, which is automatic systems to build wealth. I'm going to put all this on the whiteboard, explain exactly how to do it, how to set it up, how to build systems that automatically build massive wealth. And then the most requested one, I've been waiting to do this one for a long time. I'm going to teach you how to invest $1 multiple times. That's what the rich do. Get $1 invested 2 times, 3 times, 5 times, 10 times. That's how they build wealth super fast. So we want $1 doing multiple jobs, the velocity of money. I'm going to teach you all about that. Now, I'm going to be recording all this and I'm going to be selling it later. Okay, like I said, probably $500, but you get it all for free as long as you come watch it, participate, ask questions, click on the link down below, give me your email, and that's it. Let me know what you think about these 3 tips. Which one of these do you think is going to be the most powerful, impactful for you? 1, 2, or 3? If I missed one that you think is even more important, feel free to leave it in the comments down below. Otherwise, let me know what you think. You know, I pretty much answer every single comment question, at least I try to. And that's it. Let me know what you think. Give me a thumbs up on the video if you like it. And if you don't like the video, it's okay. Give me a thumbs down, but I want to know what you think either way. And that's it. To your success. I'm out.